You are welcome to the class once again. I'm very excited to be with you once again. I want to believe you must have by now find out some things and try your hand on different tags and HTML elements. Today we are going to look at more elements so that we can become familiar with the various elements and tags in HTML, what to use them for, and how to use them appropriately when we are designing our websites. So eventually, I will be giving you a link that you can follow to discover more tags. Remember I said it yesterday, there are so many tags in HTML that we cannot sit down learning everything one after the other. We'll just get introduced to some very few ones that are very common, and then you can begin to discover others on your own. And with that, you will be very convenient working with HTML. So this morning we're going to look at a number of them, but then don't forget that I already described to you how you create HTML tag that will make it very easy for you to create it. So I want to give us something like a general formula. Those people that are very good in mathematics will know that there's always a formula for everything. So I want to give us something like a general formula that we can follow when we are creating HTML tags and elements. I say tags, I say elements. Both of them, they go together. So you can use it interchangeably. It's either you are saying tag or you are saying element. So when you are creating an HTML tag, remember I was trying to describe in the other class, I said you start with a less than sign, then you have the name of the tag, then you have a greater than sign, the text or the object or the element to which you want to apply that tag to, and then you have a less than sign, a greater than sign, the name of the tag again, then a greater than sign. So that's what you have here now. In front of me, you can see that we have tag name within a less than and a greater than sign. Then we have the content goes here, which represents your text, or it could even be another HTML element. For instance, when you can use, for instance, you can use anything to create a link in HTML. It could be a text that you want to make into a link. It could be an image that is already a complete HTML tag on its own with all its properties and attributes. And now you are putting the link tag around it to make it a link. So you can actually have HTML elements within another HTML element. We'll call that nested element. So now you have the contents goes here, and you have the closing tag. And remember, I mentioned that most of the HTML tags comes in pair of opening and closing tags. So with just an exception of a very few one that I call self-closing tag, or some people call them empty tags, because they don't really carry any attributes. They perform special purposes, like the break line tag I introduced you to yesterday, and the horizontal line tag also. So they are called self-closing tag or empty tags. So this is the general formula for creating HTML tag. It is universal. That is how to do it. And remember, I mentioned in the previous class that the less than sign and the greater than sign, they are part of the tag. And also don't forget your closing tag. It's very important. It's very important. Otherwise, leaving out just a single closing tag can scatter a whole HTML page. So for that reason, always remember to close your tag. So this, we're going to look at some more tags like I've mentioned. So we're looking at the div tag, the heading tags. We'll look at the list tag. And the list tag has about 4 different other tags that works together. And we're going to also look at the link tag so that we can have a better understanding of how to do more, to add more features to our web page. So now we're going to go with the div tag. So the div tag is a layout tag that you use to create layouts on your page. So, and just as I called it div, D-I-V is the name of the tag. So when you are creating the div tag, how do you create it? You have a less than sign, the word div, D-I-V, then the greater than sign, what you want to apply the div to, the tag to, and then the less than sign, the forward slash, then the word div again, then you have the greater than sign to close it up. Remember, I just mentioned now that the div tag is a layout tag. Mostly we put div to group text on our web pages. If you have texts that you want to group together, maybe you want to put them in a kind of a box. Let me quickly go to the Deeper Life High School website so that I can show you an example of what a div could be used for. The page is loading up. Okay, you see something that flied in now. Okay, that's an example of a div, what a div could be used for. So the 2021/2022 academic session entrance examination posting, that information is actually contained within a div tag. And let's close that and scroll down the page and see there are some boxes. Okay, you see those 4 boxes, the golden box, the red box, the deep blue box, and the light blue box. They are all examples of what you can use a div to accomplish on your web page, because we are grouping it together, the vision statement, then and the statements grouped together, the mission statement grouped together, the core value grouped together, our curriculum grouped together. So all that together, they are in different boxes. So those are things you can do with your div tag. And now we'll go to the heading tag. So the heading tag is used to create headings for our web content. So when you are creating heading for our web content, you use the heading tag. Actually, the heading tag, the tag don't come with the word heading. Instead, it comes just with the word, with the letter H, and has series of number. It's actually from 1 to 6. 1 being the biggest and 6 the smallest. So you have the tag as H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6, the smallest. So when you are creating heading on your web page, you use the H1 through to H6 tag to differentiate them. So let's go for this, try it yourself so that we can see how those HTML headings appear on our web page from H1 through to H6. It's loading up. Okay, good. Did you see that? You see the H1, this is heading 1. You see it's bigger. Then H2, this is heading 2. It's big but small compared to H1. And on like that until we get to, this is heading 6, the smallest of them. So we use it for heading only when you are creating heading on your page. And that will bring us to the end of this part of this lesson. I want to really appreciate you for listening. Thank you. God bless you. See you in the next lesson.